Well, there's going to just be another disappointed person, isn't there? When you can't find the message they sent you.
Literally my whole life, I spend disappointing people.
You've never disappointed me. Well, you have a couple of times.
I have, yeah, of course I have.
But the thing is, I can remember them all.
Can you?
So that means there can't be that many.
Oh, I like that.
You know?
Yeah.
Morning, everybody. Welcome to another Sunday morning show.
Good morning.
Good
morning, Dan. Good morning, everybody at home.
It is
Ryder Cup Sunday.
Oh my goodness me. What is it about Ryder Cup Sunday?
I love it. Absolutely love it. There's just no better golfing event, I don't think.
So Ryder Cup's had a little, obviously because we've missed 2020.
3 years since the last one.
It's been 3 years since Paddy.
Are they doing it next year, or are they still keeping it biannual?
Well, so that's what I was about to...
I've had a couple of rumours, but...
That's what I was about to say.
Oh, sorry.
So, well, what I was going on... No, what you said is right, because 20 years ago, the Ryder Cup was supposed to happen in 2001.
Yeah.
But because of the September 11th New York thing, and Washington, and Pennsylvania, I think, what happened? Anyway... obviously they cancelled it, so it was obviously it would have been in 01 and then 03, but it actually ended up moving to 02 and then 04 and then 06, 08, like that. So it's actually, because of COVID, it's actually brought it back in line with what kind of happened where it should have been, I suppose, every 2 years. So there's a little bit of information. Yeah. Do you know I've got a poster at home? And I wish I could, I know where it is, in the loft.
2001 edition.
So I went to the PGA show in America in 2002.
Yeah.
In Florida, in Orlando. The big Orlando. We've got to get 1 year, we will go there. Yeah, they do. But obviously with the COVID stuff, it never happened. But most years they'll have the Orlando, the trade show in the States. And they were giving out these posters. And I think, if I remember rightly, Curtis Strange was the captain of the 2001, then became 2002 Ryder Cup. And I've got a poster of all the players, like a drawing, and them signed it, of that team. Yeah. And I need to look at it again, but I'm not sure.
They played the same team that qualified, didn't they? I'm sure they did.
But obviously I've got the poster of the event that never really happened.
No,
the 2001.
Because there's a couple of people that were massively out of form, wasn't there, I think?
Was there?
That wouldn't have qualified if it had been then. But and all the merch for the 2020 is still the same, isn't it?
Well, it is, because it's got written on 2020.
Yeah.
So, which is...
So do you think there's a possibility there might be a Ryder Cup next year? I suppose no, because the President's Cup's on, isn't it? Is it the President's Cup? Where America play the rest of the world.
Yeah, that's right. They kind of intertwine that every year, don't they? So, I don't know. I think it's a reboot. It's a situation where it's every 2 years, and because it's Italy now.
Yeah, because they're trying to make the football the World Cup every 2 years. That's the plan. FIFA trying to get that pushed through, because obviously it's a major money making scheme and event. So instead of every 4 years, as
is the Ryder Cup. There's also, obviously you've got the President's Cup, but I would like to have seen the Solheim Cup in the year that it's not the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, it used to be, didn't it?
Did it?
Sure it did. It was never the same year. Then you get
all this stuff. But anyway, this week on our channel has been, I would say, I'm going to put this out there, all right? And I want your comments at home about this. This vlog that we did at Churston with the Ryder Cup is probably one of the best vlogs that we've done. Yeah.
I would second that. Not necessarily for production, because I think you've done some better ones, or a better one, but just for the whole, everything that it had, the golf, like Paul Start, the banter, how good the course was, the lighting, how well it came across. I think I would say it was up there, definitely, 100%. It was an enjoyable one.
I think you're right. I think it ticked so many boxes because we had the Ted Ray story.
I would say it ticked every box you would want in a vlog. Yeah, whereas I think some of your production and the the smoke and lights, let's say, has been better in other vlogs, mainly because we had more time to film. We were rushing a bit as such with light, but I would say overall, in my opinion, it's your best piece of work so far.
And I think the comments and the views and everything would probably back that up, because people have really got excited about it. But what it's actually sparked me on to think about really is that there's obviously a passion for it, and I think we can push that passion into other things as well, with other major events that kind of happen within the golfing calendar.
100%.
And I know that there's the majors, but actually, you know, like I want to do something for the President's Cup. I want to do something for the Seve Trophy. I want to do something for the Solheim Cup, and I want to do something for the PGA Cup. There's lots of little things that we could do, even like the Walker Cup. You know, there's lots of things that we can do.
100%. I mean, if we'd have probably planned it a bit better, we could have had, I know we had matching outfits, we could have made it even better, couldn't we? But yeah, I mean, with the extra time we're going to have, we can plan more things, can't we, and decide what we're going to do. But I mean, definitely there's got to be something for the Open, I think, every year.
Yeah, I agree, and possibly being at the Open would be quite a good thing as well. And I think as the channel grows, I think that hopefully clubs will look at us in a good light and see that we bring hopefully positive.
Definitely as a special, if we were trying to sell our product and sell the fact that we do the course vlogs, that would be what I would be pushing as such, because I think it was I just think it was a really good bit of work, and we set the bar that high. We need to push it, don't we?
Keep going. But I think Golf National in Paris would have been absolutely fantastic. But what's great is that Golf National in Paris was so helpful. Like the communication that I saw with Graham Ruth, obviously helping us piece it all together. The contacts that they sort of threw our way and all of that was so good. They were so good at what they did, and we will go back there. And I'm looking forward to going back there with them. And we will, and hopefully you'll be with us, and we'll be able to go and do that, and it'll be a fun trip. So we hope you've enjoyed your warm-up session for the Ryder Cup. Now we're going to sort of let this out of the bag, but we are actually filming this on Friday morning. Therefore, we have not even started the Ryder Cup, so we can't talk about what is actually going on, because we want to watch the Ryder Cup as well. And Sunday morning is not really the perfect time for us to be filming. So
so we can't discuss what's happening.
We can't discuss what's happening.
We don't know what's happening.
We haven't got a clue. But it should be a great weekend, and I hope you've enjoyed it up to this point. So we've had another busy week. I've had a seriously busy week filming away.
So Monday, was it Monday? Yeah, it was Monday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Every day since then. So we went up to into Wales. I won't reveal exactly where we went because the gentleman doesn't want us to, which is fine. We played on a golf course with artificial greens that he'd basically made in his back garden. Yeah. So three greens, 6 sort of tee positions, 6 completely different holes, and we played a little vlog around there and did some filming. So that was whether might be the future of golf. That I don't know.
We shall see. We shall see. It's obviously a discussion that we had when we were playing the course vlog, but it was fun, and we were actually supposed to try and get to Burnham and Barrow to play their 9-hole course on the way back. But we got so busy and wrapped up in what we were doing in Wales that we never got managed to do it. So we will get back to Burnham.
Traffic was pretty horrendous getting out of the area we live. They seem to be digging up roads and
it was busy.
Making improvements to the road network, don't they? Which is unfortunately giving us massive delays trying to get out of the actual area.
And then on Tuesday, you were chilling. You were chilling on Tuesday.
I had a little chill day Tuesday.
I went filming with Lee up at Ashbury. Bumped into Peter the tweeter.
Good, I like Peter.
Sent him your regards.
Thank you.
So I went up to Ashbury. We did some reviews of some products. I needed to get the I-59 irons done from Ping. Yeah. So Lee and I
did a bit of that at Dartmouth.
Did a bit of that at Dartmouth because I wanted to get a feel for them at Dartmouth.
Yeah.
And then I did. So we did that with Lee. So I got Lee involved with that. And then we did the Garmin R10 Approach R10 launch monitor. So we did that, which was really interesting. I was really keen on reviewing it because obviously it's a cheap product. When I say cheap,
cheaper.
So you're talking like £500 for this product, which is you put it in your home and you can generate some type of range and golf course setup. If you compare it to a GC quad that we use, which is around 15 plus £1,000,
or a Trackman,
or a Trackman, which are around 18,000 pounds. So obviously it's a home device. People could use it at home, but for £500, what I was thinking about, and the reason why I really wanted to review it, was that when we're on the golf course,
use it in course vlogs.
We could use something like that in a course vlog that could give us a bit more data. So when you see on Sky or on the golf channel, you'll see ball data, ball speed.
What are they using for that? Are they using a Trackman?
Yeah, no, it's a full-on bit of kit. Yeah.
They just set it up on the tee, do they?
There's a company that does it, and it's thousands and hundreds of thousands of pounds. Hundreds of thousands.
Imagine Paul being in charge of that. It'd be like, can you just move to the left?
Well, it's an instant shot tracer.
Yeah.
Like a live shot tracer. We build our shot tracers. You can't create the live shot tracer, but they obviously give ball data. They tell you how far it's gone, peaking out heights, those sorts of things. So I wanted to take a little device, because obviously we could get that from the quad.
Yeah.
But to carry the quad around on every shot
and
we're
it's
playing,
an expensive bit of kit.
It's an expensive bit of kit.
We were already carrying enough expensive kit around to have to worry about something else.
Correct. So that was why I wanted to review it, and well, I'll let the review come out for what my thoughts are on that. Okay. But and then the last one we did was I did a little bit of coaching. I did a little real golf video with Lee as well, which will be coming out as well. And then I did something for Lee as well, which was a little lesson for him, which he put onto his channel. It's already come out.
Yeah.
So he's got a bit to work on, but he's doing well. He's doing well, and he sends his best to everybody. But yeah, he's good, and hopefully we'll get him back on to do another course vlog soon. Get him out. I wanted to get him out to France again, because we had a good trip when we went to France.
Good, isn't it?
So we will do something with Lee on that. And then yesterday we were filming again with the big fish.
Big fish, small pond.
The big fish is back.
Did you take him to a small pond? Because he likes his small. He doesn't like his big pond so much.
Well, you were in the shop.
I was, yeah.
So you couldn't come film with us. But it was a last minute thing. I knew I wanted to get a course vlog done. I had Paul and Will available. So we nipped down to St Mellon and we played the Kerno course, which is it's their original course, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you and your dad knew Martin and Herman Bond.
So the Bonds, I think the family are they still connected with the... Have they sold it on?
They sold it on, yeah.
Yeah, this would have been sort of early 90s, sort of, we used to go down there to mid-90s and play at Herman.
Yeah.
I had horses with my godfather. They're all named after St Mellon. They were called like St Mellon Fairway, St Mellon Estate.
Oh, yeah,
so he had probably a dozen horses at one time. He was into his horse racing. And he always used to invite us down and we'd go down and play the Nick.
Yeah.
But I can remember it being, or I can remember him sort of creating it and building it, because and the original, the Kerno course was there originally.
Yeah. Which was the original St Mellon course.
Yeah.
And then it became, when the Nicholas went in, I believe they named it the Old Course.
Yeah.
And then it's now been renamed as the Kerno course, which is I think is Cornwall in Cornish.
Yeah.
So or Cornish or Cornwall.
Cool. Yeah.
But great, loved it.
Yeah, I've never played it.
Have you not?
No.
Well, they've changed it around a bit.
I've always played the Nicholas whenever I've gone down there.
But so it's obviously a lot of people go down there to stay down there because they've got the hotel, and they normally play the Nicholas and then the Kerno or vice versa.
Yeah.
My suggestion would always be that when you get there, maybe go and play the Nicholas and enjoy the Nicholas, and because most times when you see people go down there and having some fun, they drink a bit.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand.
I wouldn't know. No, not.
And then what I wouldn't want to see you do is turn up on the Nicholas course with a bit of a hangover, because you will hemorrhage golf balls. So the Kerno is just a little bit more of a friendlier course.
Yeah.
But still fantastic and in great condition. So a big thank you to the St Mellon Estates for letting us get down there and film. And something pretty special happens. I won't give anything away. But something...
It's an 18-hole golf course, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good track.
Yeah.
It's a good track. It's fun. It's a good fun track. But something pretty special happens.
Because you see one of the holes... I mean, so you see one of the holes, don't you? I know you see it on the 9th, when you're playing the Nicholas 9th, you see one of the holes.
Well...
And then you see it on the... Is it the 10th or 11th? You see the adjacent fairway, don't you? You don't see much of it. It's quite good in that fact. You don't see the other course.
Well, interestingly, you don't... When you're playing the Nicholas, you don't see the Kerno.
No.
Or much of it. But when you play the Kerno, you see a lot of the Nicholas. Okay. So basically, the Nicholas course runs around the whole, runs around the old course is in the middle, the Kerno's in the middle, and it runs around.
I guess it's the banking and the way it's designed, isn't it? You don't see a lot of it.
Yeah, so it's kind of like higher up, and then Nicholas is further down.
It obviously drains better than the.
It drains well. It's a good track. It's a good track, and I think when I was at college down there, obviously we played it quite a lot. Yeah. But they've redone it a little bit now. They have changed it up a little bit, and I got to say the changes are nice, really, really good. So that will be coming out in a couple of weeks' time. Yeah. I think. So, have you got anything that you would like to report from this week?
We haven't got long left here, have we?
Oh no.
So that's one thing to report. Yeah. Just
somebody did ask me. So someone asked me the other day on Instagram, what date are you finishing at Torquay? And we actually finish, well, you're taking a bit of time off.
Yeah, we finish on Wednesday the 13th, our official last day. I'm down at Newquay playing in the 36-hole better ball event on that day, so I'd booked that day off previously. We're away at Bowood on the Sunday and Monday, which I think is the 10th and 11th of October.
It is.
So I officially will probably be done here on the Friday. Yeah, I presume, Friday, which is
about the 8th. About the 8th.
So yeah, not long really.
Not long.
No, it's 4 years we've done. So yeah.
Over 4.5 years. 4.5 years.
It goes so quick, doesn't it?
It does go very quick, very quick. But we've had a great time, haven't we?
Yeah, we love it here, don't we? Yeah. We sort of I personally regard it as like my home and stuff. So yeah, no, it's good. Yeah. Got a lot of well wishing from the members, which is nice, isn't we? And the other staff members and. We're excited for the journey, aren't we?
Correct. We're not sure where we're going to be based yet. We haven't quite got that far on the hurdle, but that's fine. Yeah. But as soon as that information, as soon as we know where we're going to be and what we're going to be doing, we will let everybody know with what's going on. Yeah. So, right. Obviously, this week, as I said to you, I played a little bit with Will. Yep. And I decided that everyone's been sort of saying, where's Will? Well, Will's been playing Europro, so he's been very busy.
We tried not to, anybody who's serious about their golf and competing, we've tried not to interfere with their schedule as such, and we wanted Will and others who have appeared on the channel who are players to concentrate this summer on their playing. We didn't want to be like distracting them as such, because
it is a distraction.
Yeah. So we made a conscious decision when Will... when people had invested in Will, and Will was going to try and play a lot on Europro this year and a lot of other tournaments, that we would sort of leave him to it this summer. Correct. And then when it goes quiet and he's finished his tournaments in the winter, then get him back on the channel. Yeah. So he hadn't been kicked off the channel or anything like that.
You'll see a little bit more of him obviously coming into the winter months, because he'll have some more time. And to be honest with you, it's actually then good practice for him. Yeah. Travelling as one, playing a little bit of competition is another one. So... hopefully we'll build his confidence up. But I decided to do a little interview with him whilst we were down at St Mellion, just to catch up with him and see how he's getting on.
Howdy.
So great to have you back, Wilbur. Fantastic playing with you today. Just tell us, how are you getting on? How's this season been for you? Because a lot of people would like to know what you're up to. So,
it's a pretty tricky season for me personally. There's a few... I only played 9 events on Europro. 9 or 8. I wanted to play all 14, but obviously COVID and different reasons I couldn't do all of them. Yeah. But like first year is just a learning experience, really. I wasn't expecting massive amounts. I was expecting more than I did, so I'm a bit disappointed. But there's pros and cons from it, and I'm through to final stage of Q School this year, so I'm doing that in October for next season. But that pretty much means I've got a card for next year.
Okay. And what have you taken from it? From the travel side of things, from the actual playing side of things, the quality of golf that you've seen out there as well. What have you kind of learned from it, and what you can take into possibly next year?
So like the travel side of it, I really enjoy. A lot of people struggle with that sort of thing, being on their own or being with like fellow players. I love it. Like love being away, that sort of thing. That's the bit that I enjoy the most, really. Playing, you've just got to get better. The standard's just so good.
Like, we talked about it, didn't we, earlier on in the van about it, but is it because, you talked about your longer irons maybe have not been dialed in quite as well as you'd like, but do you think probably because you've grown up on shorter courses, because you've competed on shorter courses with West Region and County, do you think now going to golf courses with a 7,000 plus?
Yeah, it's a big change. Like, I'm used to playing scoreable irons. I'm used to wedges, sand wedges, 9 irons, but now I'm hitting 4, 5, 6, 7s, and I barely hit the clubs. Like, barely hit them, and my long irons are just nowhere near as good as these top guys. So I'd say the beginning of the season, my wedge game wasn't good enough. I improved my wedge game massively, but those long irons is just the difference. And shots into par 5s, say, whereas say I'm playing at Torquay, the par 5 at Torquay, I'm looking at 8, maybe 9 iron in there, and I'm hitting 3-woods, hybrids, 4 irons, and just not making birdies, and I'm losing shots every round on them on par 5s.
So tell me about the level of play as well. So there has been some seriously low numbers. I mean, I've been watching a little bit, obviously, social media and stuff like that, but the low numbers from these guys out on tour.
Jack South shot 59.
Unbelievable.
59. Yeah. 13 under par, yeah. I think it was, or 11 under.
Yeah, in Scotland, wasn't it?
I think the last 4 Euro Pros, the leading score after round 1 was 9 under, 10 under, 11 under, 11 under. And that's just numbers that you don't see. Like European Tour standard, you've got European Tour winners playing on it, because there's no Q school for European Tour. All these guys have got no events to play in, so they're playing Euro Pro. You've got people playing they're played in the Open. So the standard's just ridiculous. You've got everyone from Walker Cup last year or 2 years ago, like Tom Sloan and Tom Plum. They're playing Euro Pro, so the standard is just, it's elite athletes playing Euro Pro. The standard's ridiculous.
So once you go through tour school, and obviously you know that you've secured some type of card anyway for next year, but what are you going to do for next year? What's the plan?
So my plan was a 3-year process on Europro. That's what everyone says. They say the first year you miss more cuts than you make, and I was on the borderline for 50-50. Yeah. Second year you make more cuts than you miss, or you get through. And third year, if you don't do anything, you go somewhere else. You take a different approach, because this tour you struggle to make money unless you're in the top 5, 6. You know, if you're just making cuts like I was, it's hemorrhaging you for money. So on that respect, it's 3. I'm going to give it 3 years and just see what happens. Really, after that, I can just go back to, if I'm not good enough, realise I'm not good enough, back to the drawing board, play some pro-ams, and take a different approach, I think.
And how does your length, because obviously when you play with us, you're a long hitter. How does that compare to the guys that you play with week in, week out on that tour? Are you in the middle of the pack? Probably
middle of the pack, maybe slightly longer than middle of the pack. Yeah. But I've played with one of the longest hitters I've ever played with in my life. He hit his 7-wood past my driver.
He carried a 7-wood?
Yeah, so on his stats on TrackMan, he was carrying driver 358 yards. So it was just ridiculous, honestly ridiculous. Yeah.
So this gives you an opportunity though to come out and play a little bit of winter golf with the on the vlogs, doesn't
Hopefully some warm countries, potentially.
Maybe we'll get a travel schedule sorted out.
Yeah, so
get out and about.
I'll be back doing a few course vlogs with you guys. So hopefully you can have some laughs, let everyone enjoy it.
It'll be good to have you back, Wilbur.
Thank you, cheers.
So pretty good. Not a bad start. Decent little season. Got himself out in about 9 or 10 events. Yeah. He did all right. It's a stepping stone. Like he said, it's a 3-year plan.
Yeah, I think there was a lot. I mean, obviously Will's got that social media exposure through our channel and he's been on other people's channels previously, so people know of him and know who he is. And Will's a bit of a larger than life character, so he is well known. He's not someone who blends into the background, so people know of him. But I think people expectations and what they're expecting of him was probably, it was very ambitious, considering he hasn't, we've said it before, he hasn't got the levels of experience that even we had as amateur golfers, playing county first team, travelling around the southwest, playing in amateur events. Yeah. Will's had a quick rise from being a club golfer, being probably the best golfer at our club. Yeah. Almost just turning pro, and he did it in a 2, 3, 4 year period.
Pretty quick.
Whereas we had 7, 8 years of, and then, if Will had waited another couple of years, he'd have had a couple of years playing top amateur golf. Yeah. But he made the decision to turn pro, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But he's gaining his experience on the Europro Tour, which is a big step up, even from playing. Yeah. We laugh about it, big fish, small pond, but he's been reasonably successful in his first year on the West Region, and he's jumped going from Europro from the West Region. It's at least a step, maybe 2 or 3 steps higher than what he's previously competing on.
I agree. There's ex-tour winners, things like that he's up against. So, but he's doing well, and I think obviously he's generated some experience from this year of travel and playing and seeing the golf courses and having a cut line, stuff like that he mentions. You know, I think it's all good stuff, and he will next year. Hopefully he'll progress a little bit further, and then obviously carry on from there. So, really good to catch up with him, and I for one am looking forward to travelling and playing a little bit with him, certainly this winter as well, because you know he's good fun. He is good fun. He's quite costly, but he's good fun.
Your credit card's not going to like it so much.
Right, I think that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do we need to say one more thing about Bowood, because we are literally
we probably
the last
do,
couple of people available?
We could
Bowood.
do with a couple more, really.
Yes.
So
if you would like to join us at Bowood,
it's not particularly expensive. You'll have probably 2 of the best days.
Bit of fun.
Yeah, I think just you could have. I know everyone that's been previously on the Wales trip. Quite a lot of them are rebooked.
Yeah.
There's some great characters coming back for it.
Yeah.
Everyone got on really well. It's definitely worth the effort and the trip. We'll make it a trip to remember. So
absolutely.
We would like a couple more.
If you want to join, tick a bar. Send an email to Graham. He will organise everything for you, and come and join us. It'll be a lot of fun. I think everyone needs a bit of enjoyment at the moment. So,
as well, don't be too concerned if you're on your own.
No.
You don't have to bring a friend or 2 friends. Just there was people before that were a little bit concerned. Oh, I've got no one to go with. Everybody mixes.
Everyone mixes. It's good fun.
You don't, even if you come with your best mate, you probably won't be spending that much time with your best mate, because we mixed the groups up. The tables when we had dinner was all mixed up.
It's great.
So you'll get to know sort of every single person. There's some great characters.
There is, yeah.
Everyone's a good laugh. If you haven't got anyone you want to go with, you can come and sit with me. It's not a problem. We'll introduce you to people. It's all good. So don't be concerned about that. Just book up and come along. You won't regret it.
Right, well, I think that's it for our Sunday morning show. I think we'll just make sure that hopefully everybody has a great Ryder Cup Sunday. Enjoy it, and let's
even though I'm American.
You put the points on the board for America, but go Europe, I would say.
And if you haven't seen the Ryder Cup vlog, then I suggest you watch it.
It's a good warm-up.
Yeah.
We'll see you all again next Sunday.
See you next Sunday.